Hey there friendos, Newbornkilik here, welcoming you back to another awesome Zelda-related video. Today, we're going to be taking a look at one of my favorite glitches in The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, the Infinite Fierce Deity's Mask. Now there are actually 3 different ways to do this mask. I will be doing the one that I knew of as a child, hence it's kind of very nostalgic to me, so I want to share it with all of you. In the off chance that you don't know, it's a super simple glitch to pull out, which just involves going to Seiken's hideout and swapping around some masks. But I suppose we should go over just what exactly is the Fierce Deity's Mask. It is the last mask that you'll ever get because you need to trade in all 20 of the non-transformation masks. Or maybe it's all 24 of the masks. Just get all the masks and head to the moon and start giving them out to people who want them. What could possibly go wrong? Anyway, eventually you'll find yourselves with an all-powerful mask. Now, it is interesting in the fact that this is a Fierce Deity Mask. Deities, conventionally, in the Zelda universe, are things like the Great Deku Tree. They're like things that are sent to assist Link in the loosest of terms. So whether the Fierce Deity actually falls within that vein of thinking, whether he's meant to assist Link, or if he's kind of like another, big, huge power that at some point may have been evil, maybe it's meant to combat Majora at some point. What we know about this mask is relatively small. However, it is somewhat safe to assume that this mask is, on its own, not as powerful as Majora's Mask because, well, it's not the one possessing people and trying to shove the moon into the world. Why would that little boy give you this super powerful mask unless, of course, they have a more powerful mask, well, sitting on their face right now? That kind of covers what the Fierce Deity's Mask is. Usually you can only use it in boss rooms. Lore-wise, I don't know if this is some kind of like a matter of pride or something. Or maybe it's just so simple as Link understands the fact that this mask could destroy the world if left unchecked. So he's not gonna let that happen. That which is a smart thing to do if we're being totally honest, but hey. Right, so for anyone who was curious, this is Seiken. Tata loves him, as you can, he's swarming around him, loves him a lot. He's a cheat, he's a scoundrel. The idea behind him is that we do not like him. In fact, at one point, he even asks for your sword, which we intelligently do not allow him to have, because he will steal it, like the thief he is. This is also part of the Anju and Kaife questline. As we can see here, Kaife is not here at the moment. Seiken's hideout. Impenetrable security, you say? I'm pretty sure you can. I remember getting in this way. What's going on? I can't seem to get set up here. There we go. Damn it. You stop your laughing at me sign. I swear I got in with this roll. You don't actually have to roll. I learned that just now on this version. Okay, anywho's it's what. Moving forward, now that we've made our way into Seiken's hideout, we must have the bunny hood equipped. That is the most important part. It doesn't have to necessarily be the bunny hood, but the bunny hood actually has some utility, so it's very useful. Step on this switch. Wait, I think I did something wrong. So this is actually supposed to activate this chunk of the quest. I can't really think. Maybe we have to be here on day 3. That's all I can think about. I messed up. I extra messed up! Finally, we are here, day 3. Kaife, what do you have to say about this momentous occasion? I see. What have you to say now? Boy, one more song a double time and we should be good to go. Be here on the night of the final day. I'm 99% sure this is when we have to do it. Just to clarify, I'm doing all this off of memory. I want to do it as I did it as a child. Yet again with that sign. You've lied to me once, sign. Not again. This is getting easier. I'm pretty sure we're getting better at the Vigi games. Enough fooling around though, into Seiken's hideout, and this is what I remember. Okay, so we started the cutscene. We're good to go. Kaife is gonna talk to us like we're his best friend. Also, I always thought it was kind of interesting how it's the sun and the moon mask. Like, do they each have individual masks? Because if they do, then how did these 2 random people get sun and moon? And what were the options that they chose before? Like, the dirt mask and the water mask combines to make the mud mask? I'm just saying. If they combine together to make the couple's mask, and if each of them are individual... Oh. I met Kaife. Looks like someone's being a little cheater. That's alright. I think we'll be fine. Also, can I just say how absolutely a great idea it is to have a slow-moving conveyor belt instead of just grabbing it and walking away? Why does he have this valuable mask on a conveyor belt anyway? Also, can we talk about the fact Kaife's punches look awesome? I always actually wanted to really play as Kaife. That's cool. I love this. I forgot how much I actually love this portion. Anyway, let's get to that pause menu. We gotta pause up the game. Uh-oh. I can't. It's broke! Okay, so as it turns out, the version of the glitch I'm trying to do only actually works out in certain versions of the game. Sure, I suppose, why wouldn't it? So, you know what that means. It's time to grab out that OG, original Nintendo 64, the original hardware. It's time to grab it back out, my friend. I guess technically I could do one of the other methods of getting the Fierce Deity's mask on outside of a boss fight, but that would really bypass kind of the point of this video. The point of the video is to share my knowledge and, my experiences, and be here with that nostalgia, you know what I'm saying? Don't speak with me, guard. I'm busy doing a thing. Wow. These graphics bring me back. Oh my. Okay, honestly, I totally forgot how great it felt to play the ocarina with the actual C buttons. Normally, here's what your boy's doing, okay? Normally, I got this to work with. Normally, I got this. I got this, gotta do the wiggle, all right? No wiggle here. Buttons, buttons, buttons. You can't tell me how to live, sign. All right, so I just kind of ran at it before. I vaguely remember having to actually roll at it at a good angle, but maybe that's another version difference, because this is taking a long time to get in here, actually. I'm actually finding this very difficult. It's possible there's some frame rate differences or something, some weird different coding, and it is apparently a different version of the game, so it's very possible that the way you get through this hole is different between the two versions of the game, which is kind of interesting. Like, Link really, really wants to get through. And with that, we're in. Easiest infiltration of my life. It only took 45 in-game minutes. I know it's obvious, but if you saw a giant blue switch in front of what you're hoping to get a hold of, don't you think you'd step around? I'm just throwing it out there. Kaife, you got a lot of work to do on that brain of yours, you know what I'm saying? Okay, no more fooling around. We can access the pause menu. Version difference coming in clutch. Swap out the two masks, and once we get back, we should actually be good to go. So the idea is, now that we have the two masks switched, we should actually, as soon as we transform back into Child Link, we should immediately place the mask on top of our face region, and we'll be whisked away into Fierce Deityness. And honestly, can't wait. What? That didn't work. Why didn't that work? What am I missing? Something's missing. Actually, maybe you don't need the Fierce Deity mask on the C buttons already. I noticed that when I did it earlier, it actually swapped the masks, so there wasn't any overwriting, but I'm pretty sure if we just take this off, we should be good to go. Eliminate a lethal Deku Baba. And now, the moment of truth. We are going to grow up and be such a big boy. Perfect. So as you can see, we are totally just a big old boy right now. We are the Fierce Deity of Termina. So after this, we'll explore around just a little bit, see what we can do in our fierce form. Wait, this implies that he's saying it out loud. Usually it says, you got this, but he just went up there and yelled back, I got the sun mask back. That's questionable behavior. I don't see bright things in your future is what I'm saying. So now, we are more than welcome, of course, to jump down here, head back over to the southern swamp, and we have basically free reign of the area as Fierce Deity Link. We can do whatever we want here. Now, admittedly, things aren't too different, really. You have this awesome projectile, which is definitely not meant to be outside of boss fights. It basically breaks the entire game, just having a projectile that you can just shoot at things, except him. He doesn't care that much. In fact, he doesn't care at all. It's hard to chop plants, which is a fun fact if I've ever seen one. But other than that, I mean, you can't even hop over the gate here, which is a bit of a bummer. I vaguely remember you being able to do that, so I'm not sure what I'm thinking of. I know that you can bomb hop over it. I was thinking that, with his larger stature, he might be able to grab the top of that gate over there, but apparently not. One thing I will say is if you decide to do this glitch, don't go into town until you're sure that you're done with everything. Because this guy, MVP Guard, is gonna stand up, tell me to wait just a moment, ask if I'm alone, and ask where my parents are. What? Also, he wishes that an evacuation post would have been made so that he could force me to leave. And yet he will not allow me to leave. What? So realistically, not much is different. Oh, that was interesting. Okay, so let's talk to the bomb shop guy. Surely he has something interesting to sell us. Nice. The first person I talked to, and it soft-locked the game. As I said before, honestly, there's not a whole lot different about being Fierce Deity Link inside the town or outside the town other than just having this amazing projectile that you have. There are certain things that you can, climb over. I thought the fence going to the beach was one of those areas you could traverse, but apparently it's not. So, in essence, when you become a god, you get stuck inside a town, and this man's awestruck. He can't stop speaking with me, fondling that bomb. But anyway, this has been the Infinite Fierce Deity Glitch in the Ocarina of Time Majora's Mask. As I had mentioned before, there are 2 other ways to do this glitch, although those weren't special to me. Those weren't the way that I always did it. I don't even remember how I came across this glitch. I am certain I didn't find it on my own, though admittedly I did have a friend who really was just into super silly, crazy ideas, so honestly, if he had told me that glitch, I wouldn't have that wouldn't even be surprising to me. He was literally, when you have to catch the Deku Princess in a bottle, I was like, well, what do I have that's small that I can transport her in? He's like, why don't you put her in a bottle? And I'm like, that's dumb. Who's got egg on their face now? Me or you? It's me. It was definitely me. Anyway, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. It really does help me out an awful lot. I do hope you appreciated this kind of nostalgic back look at this glitch that I had from my childhood, and maybe you even learned how to do something yourself. If you did want to try this on your own, please do bear in mind it only works on certain versions of the game, so please do double check that it will work on your version, or look up the other version as well. This may very well be handy for a randomizer. I mean, after all, having, access to Fierce Deity Link outside of the temple could be a fairly good asset. Anyway, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. It does help me out an awful lot, and know that I appreciate you for it. If you're seeing this, I appreciate you. Anyway, Newbornkilik, and I will see you in the next one. I'm out.